Big Louie. Here we go. Second to last day.
Yeah.
What day is it today?
Like the exercise or?
Yeah, workout.
Leg day.
Leg day. It's the second leg day, and instead of squats, we're gonna be starting off with leg press. It's right behind us. Lewis is ready. He just did his mobility. Some of the mobility he's done is the full squat, scorpions, frog, you know, just to kind of open his hips up a little bit more, kind of get his back ready, and you know, him all warmed up. So I think he's ready. He looks ready. He looks, he's got a smile on his face. Yeah, energy's high, and we're gonna bust these out. We're gonna see how it feels. So it's a new machine here. We're gonna test the waters a bit. Any kind of new machinery, and as you can tell, it's a little he's a little sketchy. Lewis is scared here, but he's our guinea pig. We're gonna see how this works. There we go. Watch those knees. Pull those knees out. That's good. Yep. Excellent. Whoa, he survived.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we will use this machine in the future, possibly. Yeah. And I think this was actually built back in the 16th century as a torture device, and now they've converted it into a piece of machinery for the gym, a leg press machine.
So what are the key things to keep in mind when performing leg press, Lewis?
Keep your knees out.
Yeah, that is
That's
true.
it.
That's
and don't lock your knees.
Don't lock your knees. We learned that watching an Instagram video of a kid that locked his knees and it broke in half. But also what you don't want to do is let your hips rotate off the pad. So if you go too low, you're going to start compensating the lower back. It's going to start rotating, put a lot of unnecessary pressure in the lower spine area there, which Lewis looked great. Kept his knees tracking with his toes, kept them out. You know, as you go heavier and heavier, it's going to test that. We are going to add a little bit of weight just to just really push Lewis to the max. But we'll just keep that in mind, those things to you know, not to do, what not to do, and what to do. So, you know, there's a little list, short list, thankfully, on this one. It's pretty easy. What's next? What do we have? We have trap bar deadlift, but this gym does not have a trap bar in here. So we have to kind of figure out what are we going to do from here. And this is actually a good example if your gym doesn't have a certain piece of equipment, or if it doesn't have something available, you kind of have to, you know, do a slight variation of it. So what we're going to end up doing is using dumbbells and do just kind of like farmer squats, essentially. We're going to be using the dumbbells for the trap bar and utilize those. It's basically the same positioning and movement, but unfortunately it's a bit lower. So we're going to see how it works and see if we can either raise the dumbbells or just go a little bit lighter. Because what happens if the weight's a little bit too low. So trap bar deadlift, you know, you're getting it from this position here because the bar height and the 45-pound plates, but with the dumbbells, it's a bit lower. So as they're lower, you have to go down farther, and what happens is your lower back begins to round a bit, and that could be a little bit of trouble. So we're gonna try to work something out.
Okay.
In the safety of Lewis here, and see how it works. Doing some adjustments here for the trap bar deadlifts. We're trying to set something up where we could raise the dumbbells slightly, so that way when Lewis gets in position, you know, as you can tell, the height of the dumbbells is quite a bit less than a full 45-pound plate with some added height with the bar, trap bar. It didn't quite work out, so what we're going to end up doing is not necessarily a deadlift. We're going to be more doing as a squat, but it's going to be a farmer squat where he's still holding the dumbbells in the position of like a trap bar, but he's not starting from the dead position on the floor. He's actually going to be starting in the top position, bring it down. He's going to reach that stretch reflex in a sense, and then come back to the top position. So same kind of positioning as a trap bar deadlift, but it's not starting at the dead position. He's actually starting at the top position. So Lewis is all set up. Just grab some dumbbells here. As you can tell, he's very excited. Yeah, as always. Narrow stance, more narrow than his shoulders here. So that way when he gets down in position, it's a little bit more comfortable as far as where his grip is and his arms are. Really try to, and we'll get the toes to point out just a little bit more and the knees to follow. So really get those knees outward Just like that corkscrewing, how we do in squats, like going over a few times. Yeah, that's much better, much better. So 12 reps, looking good. This is gonna test the grip too, as Lewis I'm sure can tell by now. But positioning looks good. Try to hit that neutral chin a bit more. There we go, neutral chin, that's it. Nice, looking good. Awesome. We want your take on this exercise, other than just saying it's good. I just wanna hear from you what you think of it. You don't have to like it.
It's easy.
Okay, it's easy. Yeah. Setup's easy. Is it easy to get in position as far as the squat form goes?
Yeah.
Okay. One of it might be, I'm guessing, for Lewis, since the center of gravity is slightly lowered, since you're having the dumbbell, you're grabbing the dumbbells here, so the weight now is grounding you a bit more rather than having it kind of like a high bar squat that we've been doing in the past. Makes it a bit easier for balance.
Yeah.
It's good you close your feet up. And why we close Lewis's feet up real quick is because if you try to go wide with these, unfortunately, since you're holding the dumbbells here, the dumbbells are gonna be at shoulder width. And if your stance is wider than shoulder, you're immediately gonna wanna buckle the legs in to kind of facilitate the dumbbells coming outside of your legs there. So that's why you get that closed in grip. You can still get the toes pointed out slightly, but that way, when you're coming down, you're gonna have that nice clean area for the dumbbells to guide right along the body there. So looking good, back was straight, chin, still working on the neutral chin part, but it's okay. Hey, a lot to keep in mind. There's a lot of different exercises, new forms still at this point. It's only been 3 months. I mean, that's not that long when you in the grand scheme of things. So we're still trying to just get all those things hardwired into you, you know. After a while, doing it again and again, you won't even think about it. You'll just be able to perform it.
It's because I keep looking at myself in the mirror.
Well, damn it! Don't look at yourself.
I'm trying to have my knees going.
Yeah. Oh, I see. That's why. He's trying to keep track of his knees, but it's cool. It all falls into place soon. Yeah. You're doing good. You're doing good. Good job. Leg curls. Lying leg curls, the program. Fortunately, they don't have a lying leg curl machine here. You can do lying leg curls with a dumbbell, but we might go into that later. We're not going to be doing that today because they have a seated leg curl machine right here. So we're just going to switch it up a bit. It's a good thing about a program. You can always do some variations here, just like we did with the trap bar deadlifts. Lewis is set up. He's seated. He's strapped in. He's ready to go. Ready to build some hammies. And here we go, 12 repetitions. This one's pretty simple. He's locked in here, supported, and he's just gonna be curling, which is gonna be the what in the knee. What's the knee doing?
Bending.
It's bending, true. That's one way of saying it. What's the other way of saying it? Flexion.
It's flexing.
Flexing. Flexing. You can tell we're going a little light. Unfortunately, sometimes machines are gonna differ from gym to gym. This one's a little odd in the positioning of where the placement is for the pads and where you're curling from. So it's always better to take it a bit lighter if you're dealing with something that's a bit new, especially with a machine like this. So still high volume, still nice, slow and controlled, good form. And you know, with a lighter weight, with kind of a new exercise or new machine, just go lighter and just slow the repetitions down, just slow the tempo down, because you're really going to still get the benefit of the exercise. You're going to be safe. And this phase is not about, you know, personal best, personal records, going super heavy. So don't feel bad about getting a little lighter, because we still got 3 more sets. And rest time is going to be shorter, so you're really just trying to fatigue the muscle, but also just pump a lot of blood in there and oxygen, nutrients, and stuff like that. So you'll still feel it, even though it's not like really exhausting as far as weight goes. Just finished up with leg curls, moving on to leg extensions. Hey, this is pretty simple. This is the second day of legs in this week. So this is a little bit more the simplified portion, still activating all the muscles, but now we're isolating them. And we got the leg extensions next. Now, what does this work? What muscle group?
I'm gonna go with our hammies, our thighs.
Thighs, yeah. What's the Latin term? You got it.
4 or something.
There's 4 muscles, true. What's another word for 4? What do you ride on? What do you have? You have in your farm?
4-wheeler.
Yeah, but what's it called?
Quad. Oh,
Yeah.
it's working on our quads.
Quad.
4.
Whatever. Quads. Hey, quad's close enough. Damn it. Quadriceps. Perfect. So that's the 4 muscles in the front of the muscle here. In front of the muscle. Now I'm all confused. Front of the thigh. Yes. So the thigh is true. That is kind of like the generalized term, but we are working the quadriceps on the seated leg extension. Saddle up, partner. You're ready. Yes, you're ready. Let's do it.
Go into it?
Let's do it. Good job. Very easy movement, right? So what's your knee doing?
Pushing. It's flexing.
The opposite.
Opposite of flexion?
Yeah. Do you remember? What do you do when your arm when you're doing that? With the triceps.
Don't want to say retracting. I don't know.
See, I know, man. It's tough. I think about it. Getting the deep, dark mind of Lewis to find the answer. Comment below what you think it is. What's your knee doing on leg extensions? And then Lewis will never read them. No, it's extension.
Extension?
Yeah, you were close, but not at all.
I thought when you extend something, you're going to flex it.
It's the opposite of flex.
Actually, yeah, it is.
There we go. That's cool. You know, these terms, they can be a little confusing at first, but it all makes sense the more you do it. But you're flexing and you're extending. It's like a dance move.
Yeah.
The Louis dance number is coming soon. Flexion and extension. With some pronation and retraction.
Yep.
You can't forget about retraction, right? He knows that one.
Yep.
He's heard it a million times
that
from me.
every day.
Every day. I call him up out of nowhere. Lewis, retraction! And then slam the phone. We got the calf raises. So this is the last exercise today. We got the spin machine set up here. Lewis he's eyeballing, he's staring it down. You can tell he's got the eye of the tiger right now. It's the last exercise, he's ready to kill it. Yep, working them calves. Soon he won't be able to fit in his tights anymore.
Yeah.
That's the problem. All of his wardrobe is going to be useless once he builds his calves, but hey, it's worth it. His calves, for Christ's sake. So you ready? Let's go. Let's bump you up. Bump you up, big boy, wait. Okay, so this machine is a little tricky because, there we go. The locking and unlocking is kind of a far range of motion, so I'll be here to help Lewis in case he needs it. There we go, good. Dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. We've talked about this in the past with Lewis. We'll probably go over it a little bit again, just to quiz him. Now that I've said it, I can't quiz him on it, but that's okay. It wasn't really that important. But we're going to go over how you remember those type of sayings or positioning. So the plantar flexion that you're doing is the position. Lewis is looking at me. I'm not going to ask him a question. I'm just going to explain here. Plantar flexion is, imagine, this is actually a pretty good kind of association here that you can use, is as coming from a farming family, you plant things in the ground. And in the old days, you would put a seed in the ground and you push your foot into it, right? Push the seed in the ground.
Sure.
Cool. He had no idea what I'm talking about. It's cool. That's how we used to do back in the day, back in 1945. Yeah. But you put the seed, you push. So imagine you're pushing the balls of your feet in like you're planting the seed. Plantar flexion. So it's an easy kind of word association in there. Dorsiflexion is when the balls of your feet are up or your heel is down. So dorsiflexion. So imagine if in the water a dorsal fin, like from a dolphin, it's up, right? So that's kind of an easy way of looking at it. So plantar flexion and dorsiflexion. Now I want you to repeat it to me to see if you retain it.
Flexion, dorsal flexion.
No, I know, but I mean, what's the difference? What's the position? I want to see it.
This is plantar flexion.
Yeah.
This is dorsal flexion.
Nice. So see, simple. So it's an easy way of remembering it, and that's what calf raises are working on, is the plantar and dorsal flexion, and that's really going to get the full contraction of the gastrocnemius. I will not quiz you on that one. I'm not going to ask you if you remember that one. It's fine. But it's a pretty simple motion. It's an isolation exercise, but the main problem what people do is they just go too quick. They're just bouncing. They'll just do this, and it's not really getting that full benefit because you're not doing the what two movements.
I'm doing the plantar flexion and the dorsal flexion.
Exactly. And what's happening with the muscle, the contraction in there? You get the down and the up. Do you remember those words?
Are we doing the? I don't know.
That's cool. Okay, that's fine. If you don't know, you don't know. But it's the concentric and eccentric contraction. Those are the two kind of movements. The concentric, in this case, can be on the way up, the full contraction at the top, and then the eccentric is the negative portion on the way down. So if you control those two movements and go nice and slow, you're gonna feel the hell of a lot more. So, but Lewis is doing good. He's doing good. He'll wake up at night in a cold sweat. Dorsal flexion, plantar flexion. It's gonna be like pop quizzes or something. He's gonna have nightmares about it. There we go. I'm gonna help you out here. Yep. This is the. Go down a little bit. You saw an insight on how this machine works right there. It's a little difficult sometimes to rack. But that's it. Lewis just finished up the workout, which was legs today. He powered through it. He did a good job. He put up with us for one more day. He's got one more day left of this nightmare of his, but we got back in chest tomorrow. That'll be a fun one. And yeah, doing good, man. Proud of you.
Thank you.
You're so close to the finish line, man. Eating's been going well. You know, your strength's been going up. Your weight's been going up. But again, hey, 3 months. It's a pretty short amount of time to fit all this in. But Lewis he's been a trooper, man. He's been good.
And since Lewis didn't have a question of the day, we want you in the comments. What do you think Lewis's question of the day would be?
Yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Get into the mind of Lewis.
Yep. Or don't, because that's some scary shit. All
Not
right,
much
guys.
going on.
Yeah. Good job, Lewis. We're proud of you. Stay buff.
Always.